Hi, I'm Steve, this is Fran. Today is BlueStar versus Miele. One of the worst questions you can ask, walk into an appliance store and say, I want the best fill in the blank you have. And there's nothing that says that more than this particular comparison. I kind of smiled when they put it on the docket for us. BlueStar Pro ranges against, a basic range, basic but powerful, against a totally technical range like Miele. What do you think?
Yeah, very different. And, the very different looking, very different on how they operate. BlueStar, definitely that more kind of professional, chef-centric kind of look, whereas Miele's kind of has that more contemporary style, really nice electronics, good controls. So let's talk about like all gas specifically between the two.
Yeah, it's a primitive range, but it's a restaurant range. But I don't know a restaurant that's got 1,000 colors and 10 trims. So if you want something unique, then if what's good for you, and we'll try to flesh it out that way, is you want something unique, then BlueStar is the best you can certainly buy from a unique standpoint. But from a operational standpoint, we'll do all gas first. What do you think? We're going to do and it's hard to do because BlueStar's got 5 different series of all gas. They've got
Correct.
They got the basic model with open burners, sealed burners with base BTUs. And then they've got the precious metals with the French doors?
Yep, the R&B series where you can really customize just about anything there. Door swings, you can customize the top. And then more their platinum series, which is kind of the high power, still customized color and things like that, higher power, and that's really kind of what we talk about too, is those burners is, this is where they're unique too. Really across most other brands, it's all that sealed burner, easy to clean. BlueStar gives you both options, but really what they're known for in that gas range is that open burner, really kind of high powered flame that comes right through the center of the burner, and it gives you up to 25,000 BTUs.
All right, let's we'll do the top first, then we'll do the oven. And again, you get 5 different series. You get the R&B, which has got, that has their griddle and grill. We'll get to that in a second. And then you've got their prestige line, their topper line that gives you the Pro Bake, but it's all burners, so you can get 8 burners in theirs. But it's really interesting. BlueStar has got the 25,000 BTU, 18,000, I think, on the backside, at least on the dual fuel. But it's got really powerful burners. Miele really doesn't. It's got 19s, which is good. My mom cooked on 8. And I'm just fine here.
A lot different for sure. Yeah.
And 19s, but 12,000s in the back, so it's not really pro level on the back. So from a top standpoint, burner output, you would say certainly BlueStar is probably the best of what you can buy. However, right, if we're talking about grilling and griddling, different story. Miele's got the infrared. Infrared on a grill is much better. It's that sear burner you're buying on the Lynx grills, where it's a direct heat versus all gas, which spreads the heat more. I think Miele is better on the grill, and conversely on the griddle as well.
All right, so now let's step a little bit lower. Let's go to the oven. How do we compare those there between BlueStar and Miele?
Well, first of all, Miele, because I know where this is going for you. Miele's actually got a clock and timer, which means something on 98% of the other ranges we sell. And it's self-cleaning, and you can take the racks out, and you can put the grates into a dishwasher as well. So it's a very cleanable range. It's got self-cleaning, and it's got the twin convection as well. So it's a very good self-cleaning all gas range in 30 and 36. Doesn't have 24, 60. Does it have 48 in all gas? I don't think it does.
No, just do a few on 48.
So it's only 30 and 36, not 24, 30, 36, and 48 like the BlueStar.
Right.
So what's your counter?
And really with BlueStar, the big thing with them is kind of like go back to that kind of chef heritage there. What they're known for is in their ranges is to be able to fit a full sheet pan in there. So like when you're doing big sheet pans, like there's really you don't have to compromise at all. You can use those, you keep the same pan. Fits into that range where it really wouldn't fit into pretty much any other range that's out there. So they really do that a lot, where they're really kind of going towards that. Again, not professional chef because it's really made for everybody, but those sort of features for someone that definitely likes to cook a lot and cook a lot.
And they've got the Pro Bake convection. So it unlike every other convection and gas, what happens is the element comes in from the bottom, the fans pick it up, but this one has the element behind it. It shoots it more horizontally. So it's a little bit more even. So but only on their premium line.
Correct.
On the other ones, you get the regular convection. So what do you think?
So winner in all gas, who we got?
Who do you got?
I'd lean BlueStar.
I'll say BlueStar as well, only because for most people, you get the black glass and, they get 1,000 different colors.
Yeah. The customization at a kind of a pretty good price point, depending on the series.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good features there. So now dual fuel, definitely some differences
Totally different
there.
story.
Yeah.
Dual fuel is going to give you the M touch. So it's, if you're not familiar with the Miele, you could put in the food, how you want it cooked. It'll come back with time, temperature. Really good feature there. And it's got steam assist. So really what happens is if you want to bake bread, you've got, I think it's 17 different modes.
Yep.
It's been a while for me. So
Yeah, for the
17
bird. Yeah,
different-
it has the steam burst on there.
So
Yep.
if you want to cook with 3 different bursts, like if you want to harden the top of lasagna, or if you want to bake breads, you get 17 different modes. You just hit the bread mode that you want to cook.
And that's an area that Miele really stands out in general too, is their controls are really phenomenal. And when you're jumping into the dual fuel, I mean, you're getting the best of everything there with the guided cooking, the steam burst, some really cool stuff. Now, dual fuel for BlueStar is fairly new. They never really had dual fuel up until really less than a year ago. And this has been a real big change for them, where they're known as no digital, really kind of pro open burners. Now, this is completely different. So they have what they call their new X8 burners on their dual fuel on the top, which is really cool. Kind of that star-shaped, finger-shaped
Don't say
burner.
star.
Don't say star. No, that was a
Thermidor thing,
yes,
right?
exactly. So similar look, but it has all the prongs that come out. So you're really getting that high power still in and out of the burner, and it still goes up to that 25,000 BTU as well.
I think it's kind of funny. They said we do open burners only because you can't get to 25,000. And Heston had a sealed at 30. I like BlueStar's dual fuel. I like their clock, their clock and timer. They're not smart. They don't have the smart interface. A lot of people in the cooking don't really like the smart, or don't need the smart. I think Monogram does it well with the interface with the Heston Q. But I don't know. I really like the M Touch. If you're an oven person, and then on the 48 you get the speed oven with the warming drawer underneath it. That's nice.
Yeah, this is a tough one on dual fuel.
I would say it really depends. If you're more of an oven person, Miele is probably as good as you're going to get.
Yeah.
If you're a stovetop person, then BlueStar is about as good as you can get. I'm not buying that whole X8 seal burner. I think heat to pan cooks food myself, but I really like that range as well. What do you think?
And the customization too, like you get with the all gas. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go BlueStar.
All right, I'm going to go Miele.
Okay.
Only if you cook.
Yeah,
again,
that's a tough one.
There's no range that's the best for anybody, and never walk into a store asking what their opinion of the best. Have like your desirables. Like for me, it's cooktop oven controls, reliability, serviceability in your area, all the good questions asked. While we're at it, you want to do refrigeration?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about that.
Totally different here too. Miele is more integrated, meaning it doesn't stick out from everyone, whereas the BlueStar's counter depth in pro looking. It's got all the colors, 1,000 different colors, 10 different trims, but you can't put a panel on it.
Yeah.
Miele doesn't give you any colors options or panel options, just panel options. So what do you think?
So that's a tough one too. And like columns, so BlueStar has also introduced columns, which are a little bit different, more kind of like that integrated style, like you'll see with a Miele. But yeah, and they're kind of bottom mount. It's more that Sub-Zero professional look with the compressor up top, which a lot of people like that too in that bottom mount. I'd lean BlueStar here too. I know I'm kind of across the board here on this one, but I like the stainless steel interior on the BlueStar. The Miele gives you more of that white interior, really nice LED lighting though, for sure. But I like the interior of the BlueStar. Me personally, I do like kind of the aesthetic of the compressor up top, more of that pro style that you can get. And I like the ability of being able to fully customize it with a lot of different colors.
It's funny. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm going to go BlueStar on this because it's different. And if you want that integrated look, Sub-Zero does a great job with that. Thermidor, that there's a uneasy alliance. I think that's made in the same factory, Mueller and Thermidor, Gaggenau, and Bosch. I think you can buy that really in any brand just as well. If you go with the Miele and a Miele package, that's fine too. I mean, if there's incentives to do it, but I kind of like the BlueStar because it is different. Still made in the U.S. family owned. That kind of means something as well. So, so what do you think? Going Blue?
I think BlueStar.
Okay, well, BlueStar for you, combination for me.
Okay.
If you like this type of content, click the subscribe, and thanks for watching.